Good morning. Today, I'm going to share my analysis for next week, on my 8 favorite financial exchanges, on weekly and daily charts. Trend and directionality are bullish. During the week, the price opened with a small gap and underwent a slight retracement, however, the directionality has not changed. On the daily chart, we can see that the price is trying to touch the EMA 20. There are no particular signs of weakness in the uptrend. I will wait for the retracement to end, which could last a few more days. An interesting target for the retracement could be the daily level, which could block the descent. Trend and directionality are bullish. Once again, the retracement was very contained, in line with the size of the last candles. On the daily chart, we can see that the price has almost reached EMA 20 and is approaching the daily level. Even in this case, the directionality does not change. During the week, I will evaluate any bullish signals. An interesting pattern could be the price bounce off the daily level, followed by a nice bullish candle. The trend is bullish, while the direction is uncertain. During the week, the price has made an interesting fall, breaking through the lows of the candles of the last few weeks. The bullish directionality has not yet been invalidated, however, the price has made a bearish movement that cannot be ignored. On the daily chart, it can be seen that the divergence on the MACD oscillator has been confirmed. The price is now approaching the daily EMA 100. During the week, I will evaluating trades in both directions. I recommend working with particular caution on this exchange, as always should be done when the direction changes or is uncertain. An interesting bullish pattern could be a candle that can break out of the daily level, and the daily EMA 20. An interesting bearish pattern could be the price bounce off the daily level, followed by a nice bearish candle. In the event of a bearish movement, an attractive target could be the daily EMA 100. Both the trend and the directionality are bullish. The price attempted both directions during the week, closing with a neutral candle above the weekly upper level. The triple divergence on the MACD oscillator is visible on the daily chart, a clear signal that the movement is in a fairly advanced phase. Despite this, a nice weekly candle has not yet formed, and so, the directionality remains bullish. During the week, I will evaluate any bullish signs. An interesting pattern could be the price bounce off the daily level, followed by a nice candle. I advise to operate with caution on this exchange, both due to the presence of the triple divergence and the situation of instability caused by Brexit. The trend is bullish, while the direction is uncertain. The price has made a decent bearish movement, breaking above the low of the previous candle. The movement made is not particularly large, however, by observing the last candles, it can be seen that this is larger than their average, and above all it has not shown signs of indecision. There are no shadows. A simple week of decline is not enough to consider the directionality finished, which I therefore consider uncertain. A large divergence on the MACD oscillator is visible on the daily chart, which partly confirms the uncertainty of directionality. During the week, I will evaluating signals in both directions. An interesting bullish pattern could be a candle capable of exceeding the high of the previous weekly candle, and therefore also of the daily level. An interesting bearish pattern could be the price rebound on the daily level, followed by a nice bearish candle, able to break the low of the previous weekly candle. I recommend working with particular attention on this exchange. Trend and directionality are bearish. During the week, the price has undergone a small retracement, maintaining the rather limited volatility it has shown in recent weeks. The price failed to break out of the highs of the previous weeks, so, the bearish directionality is still valid. On the daily chart you can see a divergence on the MACD oscillator. During the week, I will evaluate any bearish signals. An interesting pattern could be a candle capable of breaking out of the previous week's low. Exceeding the daily level could lead to an increase in volatility. Trend and directionality are bearish. During the week, the price has made a nearly zero retracement. In fact, the candle is very small. As always, multiple divergences on the MACD oscillator can be observed on the daily chart, a sign that the movement is extraordinarily tense. As always, I will avoid operating on this exchange, at least on a daily time frame. I will evaluate any signals on the 4-hour charts, giving priority to other exchanges. The trend is bearish, while the direction is uncertain. The price has made a good bullish movement, recovering some of the volatility that had lost in recent months. On the daily chart, you can see how the price seems to have reacted to the divergence on the MACD oscillator. That said, the directionality is uncertain as there is not yet a clear signal that can indicate the reversal. The price could go back down at any time, or it could continue to retrace a little longer. During the week, I will evaluate signals in both directions. An interesting bullish pattern could be the price rebound on the daily level, followed by a nice bullish candle, able to break through the high of Friday's candle. An interesting bearish pattern could be a candle able to break the daily level and the EMA 20. I recommend to work with particular attention on this exchange, as always, when the direction is uncertain. Thank you, and see the next week.